Hello, everyone. Yeah, you. Come, gather around the stock video footage of a campfire. It's time to go over the channel and how it did in 2022, as well as my hopes and goals for 2023. This was a very interesting year, to say the least, for this channel. I started doing daily uploads last December of 2021. That's when I started. At least that's when I think I started. Maybe it was in November, but I started around then my Brilliant Diamond playthrough. And that was a bit of a train wreck. It was definitely my first series. I learned a lot from doing it though, and I've mentioned before on my early podcast episodes that whole series purpose was to be a learning experience for me, to get me comfortable being behind the mic, to get me comfortable with editing, recording, everything, and to get me on a schedule. And it worked. It did really well. I learned a lot from that series. I learned a lot about what kind of content I wanted to make, as well as like thumbnails and whatnot. So, but in around January through February, so for about 2 months, I didn't really do daily uploads. It was mostly just the podcast and the Taste of Nostalgia videos, which I am still really confused about because I put so much work into those videos, those nostalgia videos, and I am so proud of each one of them. They turned out very well. I'm very happy with the results that they have in terms of how the video itself turned out. But unfortunately, YouTube hated them. YouTube hated those nostalgia videos. Despite a high click-through rate, despite really solid watch time, they just would not be shown. They'd only be shown to like maybe a couple hundred people over the course of a month. Like, YouTube was just ignoring them flat out. And it made it hard for me to do those videos like that, because that's kind of what I wanted the channel to be in the beginning. I wanted it to be a channel that was based around those nostalgia videos. That is what I wanted the foundation of the channel to be. I did always want to do Let's Play content and podcast content, as well as just random stuff with my friends, but I wanted the nostalgia videos to be the foundation. But YouTube just decided that it just did not like them at all. It's unfortunate, but I'm still proud of the videos either way. So, I mean, it's not like I'm super bitter about it or anything. It is what it is. But I didn't really start doing daily uploads again until May. May is when I started doing consistent daily uploads, and I've continued that streak to this very day, going into January of 2023. And I started it with Persona 5 Royal, my first ever playthrough of Persona 5. I was really proud of that series, and it did all right relative to the other episodes that were coming before. Persona 5 just blew it out of the water. I know that if you were to go back through this channel and look at the views for each of the Persona 5 videos, it's like nowhere near like Splatoon, and it's even being outcompeted by my Silver Snow playthrough. But at that time, Persona 5 was just crushing it for me in this channel. It was getting more impressions, it was getting more views, and the subscriber growth by the end of it was starting to climb. But I mean, it makes sense relative to the other videos that I've done why Persona 5 would be so far, I guess, behind in terms of views. Because that series was, I believe, 105 episodes. I believe I did 105 episodes in that one playthrough, and that is crazy. That was a very long project. I ended up actually playing through the game twice because I like missed out on the true ending for the game. So I finished my first run, got the good ending, and then off camera, while the series was being uploaded on the schedule that I had for it, I was running through off camera the entire game again, following a guide to make sure that I could get the true ending. And so that way, the day after the good ending episode was uploaded, the next day, the true ending route would be uploaded. And I just continued the Let's Play as if nothing happened. And that went into August, I believe. I believe that's when Persona 5 ended. I believe it was in August. I could just pull it up right now, but I'm pretty sure. I didn't really think at that time that anything would really pass it, right? I was doing maybe a few subs a month around that time. Let me see here. Let me pull it up. Yeah, so from May to August, I actually got 9 subscribers for the channel. And to me, I thought that was like the channel's peak. Just seeing how the nostalgia videos were getting shafted by the algorithm, how the podcasts weren't doing very well, which I kind of expected. I was just making those for a record and just to record conversations with Carson and I. But Persona 5 wasn't really like pulling in an audience, and that was not discouraging because I never really have like grand ambitions with this channel. But to me, that was peak, and I didn't see anything really passing it. Which leads us into September, which is roughly when I started, I believe it was the Iron Man for Blue Lions. And that series, it didn't do as well as Persona 5, which kind of led to the impression that the channel had already kind of peaked. But like I said, I mentioned from the very beginning that there was no grand ambition with this channel. I'm not doing it to try to be famous or make a career out of it. I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. It's something that I enjoy doing. But something happened. Something that I didn't really expect. So in early September 1st actually, I posted the 10 subscriber special, and it was a Smash Brothers video with Carson. And then from there, September went into Jack 2, my playthrough of that. And then it happened. Then I just, on a whim, was like, I'm going to play Splatoon 3. It's a brand new game, and this is going to kind of be my last, like, real shot at trying to build an audience. I'm going to play a game that's relatively, or that is new, in a way that I could present it as a game that I've never played before, because that's true. I'd never touched a Splatoon game or even watched Splatoon until I picked up 3. Just because from what little clips I've seen of the first 2 Splatoon games, it always looked interesting, and I always wanted to try Splatoon, but I just never had the chance. So I pre-ordered Splatoon 3, and then it debuted, and I stayed up till midnight on its release day, and as soon as that game unlocked, I was playing it, and I got episode 1 recorded the day of its official release. And I was like, okay, and I checked when that video was rendered and uploaded. I was the first that I could find playthrough of the game. There were people live streaming it at the time on that first day, but nobody had an like uploaded series of it yet. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be my best shot here. If this doesn't work, then the algorithm truly hates me. And episode 1 uploaded, and it flopped. It did not do well. It came out of the gate and it just fell flat on its face. But I was enjoying it so much, I just stuck with it. And it started to pick up just a little bit of momentum. And early on, relative to Persona 5, because Persona 5 at that time was the baseline, right? Persona 5 was the top. It was the peak for the channel at the time. So if it did better than Persona 5, then it was a home run to me. And so it started picking up momentum, and early on, it immediately started outperforming Persona 5. Like, oh, this is actually kind of interesting. It's pulling double-digit views about a week after its upload, which for me at the time was insane. And then episode 5 of Splatoon came out, where I played Turf War for the first time, and that took off relative to everything else on the channel. And that was crazy to me. And that kind of marked the beginning, if you will, of what is now the modern growth of this channel. Like, I know this channel is microscopic compared to like the top 0.001% of the channels that everybody knows. I know this channel is microscopic compared to it, but for me it was huge. Like, uploading a video and seeing that 10 people watched it was so just awesome to me. Like, holy cow, those are 10 people who are watching it. But that just kind of started marking the uptick in the channel. But it wasn't very fast. It was slow growing, but we were consistently gaining subscribers every month. And then in October, I had this idea, because I always carry around a little notebook with me, like a little pocket notebook. And I always carry it with me, and anytime I have just a random idea, I always write it down. I always just keep random ideas that I have written down, whether it's like at 2 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon or anytime. Like, I always have that notebook in arm's reach just so I can write something down. And I had an idea. I was like, what if I did a roulette wheel with a bunch of nerfs on it for Splatoon? And I could, like, I don't want to say advertise it, but I can't think of a better term for it. But I wanted to portray the video as somebody who's never experienced Splatoon before, which is true, making the game even harder on himself for no reason. And that was the roulette wheel challenge. And that video I didn't expect much from, in all honesty, just seeing how all my other passion projects just get fisted by the algorithm, especially my nostalgia videos. So I didn't expect much from it. I thought it was going to do maybe a little bit better than what Splatoon was doing, but I just didn't really expect a whole lot from it. But I uploaded the wheel video, and it just exploded relative to the channel. I think in like 2 weeks, it hit 200 views. Which at the time was almost as much as the entire Persona series combined in terms of views. It wasn't like totally more than combined, but it was up there. It was probably about 70-80% in that one video of my total views that I had in Persona 5, which blew me away. Which I know is how some of you, my regulars here, found this channel, through that video. And the video, the wheel video, it had like, I think 6 subscribers gained, something like that, in its first day, in its first 24 hours, which was insane. Because keep in mind, the highest subscriber growth that I had in a month was the previous month in September, which is when Splatoon started, at 7 subscribers. So the wheel video ended up like single-handedly outperforming January through September just on its own in terms of views, in terms of watch time, in terms of impression. It was out there. It sits right now currently, I don't know, maybe, I think it's a little over 300 views right now. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, here it is. 359 views right now with 26 likes. Yeah, it is still my highest rated video in terms of likes and views. It's not my highest viewed video anymore, but it's still my most liked video. It's my highest interacted video. It has the most comments. It's my best performing video. And I'm going to throw up some graphics here. So real quick, I am a huge stat nerd. I love crunching numbers. I love making graphs. I love portraying data. I love it. I love numbers. I always have. So I'm going to throw up some graphs that I've made right here. So on the left, we got total monthly views. And then moving left to right, we got new subscribers, total watch time in hours. Then up the top, we have impressions per video. And you can just see how October was just the beginning of the channel's modern growth. It helped me establish my own little niche in the content space. And you can see in October, we had, I think it was 18 subscribers gained, which was way above September and all the other months. Like you can see January through June, I never had a month that gained more than 1 sub. And April, May, and June had 0 subs. So I was making content that would pull maybe 100 views a month. Like this channel was just non-existent in the algorithm. And then Persona came, and then it started to build a little momentum, which you see in May through August, where you can kind of see things starting to pick up ever just so slightly. The channel had a little life to it. You know, it got its first heartbeat. And then came Splatoon in September, and the growth just went up a little bit. Channel started growing just a little bit faster. And then came the wheel video in October. And you can see that's where all the curves just start shooting up. Watch time started skyrocketing. Subscriber growth started skyrocketing. Monthly views skyrocketed relative to what I was seeing in the first half of the year, which is interesting. You look at January through June, the first half of the year on all these graphs, and then you compare it to July through December in the second half, and it's night and day. And this isn't because of the wheel video, that first challenge wheel video, but it got the ball rolling. It got the channel put into its own little niche in the algorithm, where this channel finally started getting shown to people. Where you can see in that top graph, the impressions per video. Like before the first half of the year, I was seeing under 500 impressions a video. Like some of them were under even 100. Like impressions were not very high. So I really had to try to make the content count. But when that wheel video came out and the ball started rolling, then everything just started climbing. And what's interesting, I know I keep talking about the roulette wheel, but what's also interesting is that the algorithm did eventually shaft it, which is really unfortunate. And I don't get it. It's just one of the things where the algorithm just makes no sense to me. The first video did incredible, and it got a ton of support. The algorithm loved it relative to what I was doing. And I thought, okay, I have something here. This is going to be my channel's niche. And so I made another roulette wheel, and it didn't do very well relative to the first one. I was like, oh, that's okay. It's probably just a down month for it. It's whatever. But I kept working hard on those videos, and because they took more editing than my standard Splatoon videos or any other Let's Play video on the channel. and the wheel videos just kept doing worse and worse. The algorithm just decided one day, hey, this is an idea that nobody's done. It's really unique. People really like it, but we're not going to show it to very many people still. And we're not going to continue showing these challenge videos that you're doing, which was super discouraging. I got a taste of a little success on the channel, and then the algorithm just buried it. Because I mentioned before, it's hard being a small channel. The algorithm just does not really help out small creators, and I don't feel entitlement for it too. Like, I'm not sitting here like, you should be showing my videos as much as like the big 10 million plus subscribers. It's like, no, of course not. That's extremely unrealistic on anyone's standpoint, especially YouTube's, because YouTube has a financial incentive to show certain channels. Like, they're not going to put smaller channels in a spotlight if there's no reason, or not if there's no reason, but if there is no monetary value to be gained from it. YouTube is not going to push videos that they aren't making money on. It just makes sense from a business standpoint, from YouTube's standpoint, and I get that. So I'm not sitting here like, YouTube should be showing my videos more. Like, I don't have that entitlement. It is what it is, but I want to at least have a fighting chance. And sometimes it just feels like the odds are stacked against this channel. Like, I get that playthroughs and let's plays are not popular right now on YouTube. Just modern internet trends tend to favor live streams and live content because there's more interaction, and that's been part of the decline for on-demand let's play channels. It's not that people don't like watching people play through games. They always have and they always will. It's just how they like to receive it now that's changed based on what's being pushed in the algorithm, and that's okay. But what's interesting, going back to the channel, is that after the wheel videos fell off, I thought, well, that was it. I think I just peaked. Like, I think that was my moment. But if you look at the graphs, like, everything kept going up. Everything is still going up right now, at least. Watch time kept going up. Subscriber gains keep going up. Like, December was the best month for the channel. We had, I believe it was 28 subs were gained this month alone, which is more than January through, I want to say, September combined. So it outperformed, December alone outperformed the first 9 months of the year combined. And that just is putting into perspective just how much the channel's grown. And I am so thankful for that. I am loving where the channel is at. I am loving the support and that the algorithm has been given this channel, as well as what's been coming from you guys. Mostly what's been coming from you guys, because those of you who found this channel in October, your support has meant more to me than I can put into words. And I know I say that all the time, but it's just so true. Like, it's just incredible to me how you guys come into this little tiny under 100 sub channel and you still just support me, and it really means a lot. You watch the content, you seem to enjoy it, otherwise you wouldn't stick around, and it really means a lot to me. So while the first half of the year was not great, like, it was definitely flatlined, the second half was just incredible, and it really has made me optimistic about 2023 and about where this channel can go. But that's like the year, that's the 2022 year in review by month, and the statistics behind all of it. You can just see one more time just the growth that the channel is on and where it's going. And I hope it continues. I hope we can keep building up this momentum. And you guys play a large part in that. Every comment you leave, every like you leave, everything, it just boosts the channel that much more. Every time you share a video, every time you like a video, or every time you subscribe, it just boosts the channel in the algorithm that much more. So you guys are the reason why the second half of the year was so incredible relative to the first. And I'm so thankful for all of you. I really am. So next, I want to kind of talk about the, I guess, developments in the channel. And the main, I guess, development that came from this year was live streaming. I did not expect to be live streaming this early, but it comes from you guys, and my wanting to interact with you guys is my way of giving thanks to you guys and what your support has meant to me. Like, I genuinely want you all to know how much it means to me, which is why I like doing these community events. So I did a Splatoon community event, as most of you probably know, where I recorded 3 episodes of Big Run, but you guys were all in the video also. I posted my friend code for my Switch, and you guys were able to hop into a lobby with me and get in a video. And I really liked that. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a really good way of me giving back to you guys and saying thank you for your support. And I hope to see you guys all around more. That was my way of doing that. And also because it helped you all interact with the channel on a more personal level. And that's something that I wanted to have unique to this channel. Not unique because other channels do it, but with one thing that I've noticed, and with most big creators that I see on YouTube, it's the creator, their content, and you, the viewer. You just go in, you watch it, and you leave. There's not a whole lot more interaction, but I wanted to get you guys in the videos. I wanted you guys to be able to interact with them on a more personal level than what you would get on a larger channel. And that was something that I used for, I guess, kind of a channel gimmick. I didn't really expand upon it too much in 2022, mainly because I didn't do it until November/December, so it was really late, and I didn't really have time to put thought into it. But now I have, and that's something that I want to carry into 2023. And it all kind of goes around live streams. So for 2023, I want to live stream more. Because if you've seen my recent live streams, you've probably heard all my announcements of other streams that I have planned. And I want to keep that going. And there's 2 things that I want to do through my live streams throughout this year. This is kind of the channel's New Year's resolution, is to live stream more. But the 2 things that I want to accomplish more are, 1, the community events where you guys can interact on a more personal level with the content that you're watching. And it's also a good way of bringing in outside viewers to the channel and also welcoming them and seeing just how much of a friendly community we have here. Because you guys are really friendly, and I want other people to come in and see that and see you guys and how just awesome you guys are, and this kind, mature community that we have here. Because like I've said before, I don't make content for kids. I don't want to pander to kids. I don't want to make that super fake ass, high energy, overreact to everything, over edited content that a lot of creators tend to switch to appeal to kids, because that's what YouTube is wanting to cater towards. They want their content to be catered to kids. And if you don't know why YouTube has been shifting their algorithm towards kids, is because kids, statistically, this is a statistical fact, watch videos for longer and more frequently than adults. So YouTube makes more money off of kids viewing because they watch videos longer, and in turn they watch more ads, and in turn YouTube makes more money. So that's why YouTube, if you didn't know, is catering towards kids, which is ruining a lot of older channels. But I mean, that's a whole different video topic. But if you didn't know that before, now you know. But I don't care. I don't want to pander to that audience. I don't care if I sit under 100 subs forever if it means that I can continue making this more relaxed, more mature content, right? That's what I want to make. I want to make content for an older, more mature audience rather than for kids. That's just what I want to do. It allows me to be my true, authentic self without having to put on a facade or just over edit the shit out of my videos and make them just exhausting for anybody with an attention span of more than 2 minutes to watch, right? That's my mental stance on it. Because again, I'm not doing this for fame and fortune or whatever. I'm doing this because I like content creation and it's a fun hobby for me. That's why I'm not going to pander towards the algorithm in an attempt to blow up or whatever. I have you guys, my regulars, and I am happy with you guys as is. And I don't want to change who I am or the content that I make just to get more views, just to get more impressions, just to get more clicks. I don't care. That's not what I want to be, and that's not what I want this channel to be. I know I just kind of went off on a tangent there, but it all ties back to my first goal with Livestream is to make more interactive content for all of you that can pull in more, I don't want to say like-minded individuals, but more individuals with a similar interest in the type of content being made, if that makes sense. And the second thing that I want to accomplish with live streams is being able to play through games that either would not perform very well relative to the channel in terms of like viewership or watch time and whatnot, because I want to make content that's fun for you guys to watch. But if a video is not going to either perform very well in its own format because the algorithm is just going to fist it, or it would turn out to be an extremely long Let's Play like Persona, then I want to live stream it. Because Persona 5 ran for, it ran for a few months. Like, it was 105 episodes, so it ran for a little over 3 months. That is way too long for any series to run on its own on this channel in terms of just the standard Let's Play. Now, if it's something like Splatoon, which is just a concurrent playthrough that doesn't really have an end, that's fine. It can run on for as long as it wants. But if it's a single Let's Play for a single game, it does not need to be running that far. Which is why I want to live stream those kind of games. One, because it won't clutter up the channel for months and drag the channel's performance down and drag it back down into the bloodthirsty algorithm. But also because it would allow me to take a series that would otherwise have very little interaction and then let you guys interact with it even further, which would make the content better overall. So by me live streaming a content and you guys coming and interacting with it, you guys simultaneously make that content better for anybody watching it from the outside who may not be a regular on this channel. So you guys help make those series better. And they help make the game more fun for me. And I can play through the game at my own pace and not have to worry about bulk recording it and over, I guess, working myself on a video that's going to leave me feeling unfulfilled, I guess. So that's the other thing that I want to accomplish from live streams. Just kind of reiterate, because I kind of went off on tangents there. Through the live streams, I want to make more community events that let you guys interact with each other and the content on a more personal level and bring that as a unique interaction to this channel to kind of put it apart from a standard Let's Play channel. And the other thing is to keep long games off of a standard Let's Play upload schedule, which frees up more time for me and it lets you guys interact with more content. So it's kind of a symbiotic relationship kind of thing. That's what I want to do through live streams in 2023. And again, if you haven't seen my 2 live streams that I've done, I've talked about some plans that I have for community events and playthroughs. And the other day I streamed Pokemon Stadium. That's a series that I know the algorithm would hate. Like, I just know that. But through putting it in a live stream, you guys are able to interact with it, and you're able to make it more appealing for other outside viewers who might want to come and see what this channel is about. So again, thank you to everybody who's come out to the live streams. It really means a lot to me. The next thing that I kind of wanted to bring up was the kind of near future for this channel. So things are going to get a bit interesting again with this channel. So right now, Splatoon, it is going to continue for the foreseeable future. It is the foundation right now for the channel. It is outperforming everything that I do. It is clearly what this channel's niche is right now. And it's through Splatoon that other people are finding this channel and branching out into my other series. Like, as Splatoon has gotten more and more popular, I've seen a relationship where my Fire Emblem Silver Snow playthrough has gotten slightly more and more popular also. And that's not a coincidence. So me playing Splatoon is not only helping, you know, the Splatoon series as a whole grow on this channel, but it's also helping the channel itself grow through other playthroughs. Like, some of you have said that you've been starting to watch my Silver Snow run on the channel. And that's awesome. Like, and I hope you guys continue to branch out through the other series. Like, I hope some of you go watch my Persona 5 series. I hope some of you check out the Iron Mans, the Nuzlocke. You know, I got other content here that I'm trying to build up. And that's kind of a goal for me on this channel, is to make content that can get people exploring other videos here on this channel instead of being just here for one series, because I want people to stick around after a series ends. Like, Silver Snow is going to be ending soon, and when it does end, I don't want the Fire Emblem viewers, the people who are here for Fire Emblem, to leave. I want them to move into Splatoon or move into the next series and just keep hanging around in this community, because I want to make this channel community based. I don't want it to make it based on a game or a single series. I want it to be based on this community. I want people to subscribe for the general content and the community itself, not just one playthrough. And when Silver Snow ends this month, it's going to be a huge moment for the channel, which leads me into my next point that I wanted to discuss. It's the end of Silver Snow. So right now, like I said, Splatoon is going for the foreseeable future because it's doing very well and it's bringing people into the channel and helping them discover my content. But Silver Snow's finale is going to be very interesting for me to watch statistically for this channel, because when Silver Snow ends, there is not another Fire Emblem game immediately successing it. So Silver Snow is going to end on January 7th. That's when the last episode is scheduled. That's the finale. And then in 2 days afterward, on the 9th of January, is when Ocarina of Time is going to be starting, because you guys voted for that game in the poll, and it's going to resume that other day slot. Because right now, if you've noticed, it alternates Splatoon, Fire Emblem, Splatoon, Fire Emblem. They're alternating. And so when Silver Snow ends, it's going to go Splatoon, Ocarina, and so on. And so this is interesting because this is going to tell me a lot about who is here for Splatoon, who is here for Ocarina, who is here for Silver Snow, and those who are here for just general content. So how well Ocarina does is going to tell me how many people are here either for just general broad content on the channel for the community, which I'm hoping, or how many are just there for one series, if that makes sense. I'm optimistic considering how well Ocarina was voted for. I have high hopes for it. But again, I'm nervous about it. It's a huge moment for the channel to see just kind of what the carryover is from Splatoon and Silver Snow into Ocarina. I'm not trying to now. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not trying to sit here and say, I hope everybody goes and watches Ocarina because it'll make me feel better. No, I hope people watch the content on this channel that they are genuinely interested in. That's always been the point. But I hope that Ocarina does well, and I hope that it doesn't get fisted by the algorithm. So I'm not going to guilt trip anybody into watching Ocarina. I'm not going to beg for views. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make Ocarina content, and I have been having a blast with it. I'm really proud of this series. And if it does well, I hope it does well through people just being genuinely interested in that content. I hope it has nothing to do with people feeling pressured to watch it or feeling guilted into watching that series or whatever. I want that series to perform as well as it does naturally, so that way I can properly gauge where everybody's at in terms of this community and channel performance, if that makes sense. I know that's probably a bit confusing, but it'll make sense. It'll make sense eventually. But that's the foreseeable future with current Let's Plays. Now, there's another thing that I wanted to bring up, and that's on January 20th. Fire Emblem Engage is coming out, and I do plan on playing it. I have it pre-ordered. I have it ready to go. It hasn't downloaded yet, but either way, Engage is coming on the 20th, and I plan on making it a daily upload. So, because Fire Emblem games tend to be a little long, and I don't want to alternate it every other day and drag it on for 2 months. That's not what I want to do. So I'd actually probably go for like 3 or 4 months if I alternated it, just based off of recent Fire Emblem games. But anyway, so it's going to go a daily upload, and it's going to overlap with both Splatoon and Ocarina. So starting January 20th, or sometime around thereafter, this channel is going to be going to 2 uploads a day. Something that I haven't done since the Jak 2 days back in September, I believe that was. But yeah, so Engage is coming, and that's going to be another huge opportunity, like Splatoon, to bring in new viewers to this channel, new community members. And I hope you guys, whether you watch Engage or not, are welcoming to whoever might stumble across the Engage playthrough. So that I don't really know what to expect from the Engage videos, just because it's an entirely new game and I have nothing to reference it off of. So I'm excited for it, and I hope it's like Splatoon, where it propels the channel into its next, I guess, stage of growth, if that makes sense. And I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too, and I hope you guys are also excited for Ocarina, which is coming up. And yeah, so that's the near future. And also in the distant future, not distant, but kind of spring-ish, whenever Ocarina ends, the channel is going to be put to another video vote where you guys get to choose from a variety of games that I'd like to play through, and you guys get to choose what you'd want to see. And so yeah, stay forward to that. I already know what the next 3 games that are going to be voted on are, and one of them was actually suggested by one of you viewers, one of my regulars. So shout outs to you. I'm not going to say whose suggestion it was, because that would give away what one of the options are. But yeah, I really like doing community votes on playthroughs, and it also just adds again to that community interaction that I really want this channel to be based around. So yeah, thanks again for all your guys' interactions. Man, this video's gone on a lot longer than I thought it would. It's been 45 minutes, and I'm still just going on. There's just so much that I wanted to talk about this year. This has been such an incredible year. Despite the channel still being really small, like, it means a lot to me. It it doesn't feel like a small channel to me. Like I've said many times in my live streams, this channel might only have 86 subs right now, but it does not feel like it's only at 86. I feel like this channel is at like a few thousand just from how much interaction there is. And I did some, because like I said, I'm a huge number guy. I've done some statistical comparisons in terms of like interaction, comments relative to views, relative to subscribers, a whole bunch of math stuff. This channel is actually outperforming itself in terms of community interaction, which is insane, which is where I get the feeling that it's bigger than it really is, because there's just so much interaction for how little of a channel this is. And that is just it's amazing to me. I can't properly put into words how much that means to me. So when I'm always thanking you guys for all your support and your interaction, your comments, your support, everything, just know that it really truly means a lot to me. I get hyped every time that subscriber count goes up 1. Like I'm always checking to see if there's a new comment or if there's a new sub, just because each sub just carries so much weight to me. It really does. And that just comes based off just how much support you guys show and how this channel is outperforming what normal channels its size does. And that's all you guys. That is all you guys. And I'm so thankful for all of you. So I just want to end all of this by going over some of my goals for the channel for 2023. I already talked about one with the live streaming and my 2 branch goals for live streaming of increasing interaction and playing through games that otherwise wouldn't do well in the algorithm or wouldn't do well interaction wise on its own thing that could help make the series more interesting with you guys involved. So that's the first goal. The second goal is I want to do more challenges and one-off videos. I don't plan on having it like hinder or get in the way of the daily playthrough uploads. So they're going to be like bonus uploads as they always have been. But I wanted to do more one-off videos. I want to do more stupid speedrun videos. I want to do just more discussion videos and whatnot as like bonus uploads. And I want to do more of that because they're fun for me to make, but they take time. And I don't want to commit to a schedule with them in addition to my daily uploads because that would overwhelm me. And I am terrified of being burnt out on this. I don't want to burn myself out on content creation. So for now, I'm going to go at my own pace. And right now, making one-off videos is going to be just kind of a spontaneous thing like this. This is going to be a one-off video because it's not part of a playthrough. It's just its own thing. I don't make more videos like this or one episode playthroughs or whatever, like I've said, just because they're so much fun to make, but then I could edit them and record them at my own pace without burning myself out in the process. Because again, I work a 40-hour job as is, so this is just hobby time for me, really. And the last goal that I have for 2023 is to take... This is going to be kind of confusing to word, so bear with me on this. I want to take pressure off of Splatoon to carry the channel. Because right now, Splatoon is carrying the channel. Like, don't get me wrong, Silver Snow is doing well for itself. Like, it doesn't need to be paired up with Splatoon to keep the channel from being fisted by the algorithm. But I want to take pressure off of Splatoon through the one-offs, through the live streams, and well, through those, I feel like I can do that. That's not saying I want to phase out Splatoon. I am still enjoying Splatoon and I want to keep playing it, but I don't want the channel to have that pressure of Splatoon having to be the content that carries this channel in the algorithm and continues boosting it. I want it to have assistance, you know, but I want to do it right. Like I said, I don't want to beg for views. I don't want to make shitty fake content. I want to be my authentic self and do it that way. And it just starts with me making better content. It just starts with me constantly improving, making better videos. And that's all it's going to come from. I want to take the pressure of Splatoon to be the highest performing series on the channel. I want other series or videos to be able to take that weight off of it, but I want to do it my way. I want to do it while being my true, authentic self. And if throughout this year that doesn't happen, like throughout this year, Splatoon is still the only series that can bring in consistent views on the channel, that's fine. As long as I can look back on all the other playthroughs and videos that I made and say I was true to myself. If I can say I was true to myself throughout this whole year, I don't care what each video does, or if Splatoon continues having to be the only series that can bring in views. As long as I make content that I'm proud of, that helps me stay true to myself, I will be happy either way with it. But it's a goal. It's a goal for a reason. It's not an expectation. It's a goal. There is a difference between a goal and an expectation. The 3 goals that I listed are just that. They are goals, not expectations. Except the challenges and one-offs. I expect myself to do more of those, but again, we'll see that. But these are all goals. All right, that was everything that I have. I got a lot out. This is almost an hour-long video. Again, thank you all for an incredible 2022. And here's to an even better 2023, hopefully. Your guys' support really means the world to me. I will never stop saying that. I will always be grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. Every comment you leave puts a smile on my face. All of your interaction with not just me, but each other means a lot to me. And I'm so happy seeing this community starting to take a shape. It's taken a form, and I'm so happy about that. And I hope that we can continue to grow and welcome others into our own little community. But yeah, thank you all for an incredible 2022. And I know 2023 will be even better than 2022, so long as I got you all around supporting me and this channel. So I know this was long-winded, but thank you everybody for watching and for your continued support. And I will talk to you all later. Bye for now.